Harrison Walker was no ordinary man. He was a decorated veteran, a hero who had once led troops into battle with unshakable courage and wisdom. Despite his remarkable past and the quiet fortune he had built through decades of smart investments and determination, Harrison lived a simple, humble life. He didn't need to flaunt his wealth or his accomplishments, his strength came from within. But on one chilly afternoon, he walked into a luxury car dealership, seeking nothing more than a new vehicle. What he encountered instead was a humiliating and disrespectful experience that would set the stage for a dramatic and unforgettable turn of events. The dealership was buzzing with activity, full of shiny cars and sharply dressed salespeople eager to impress younger, wealthier-looking customers. Harrison entered quietly, wearing his usual worn jacket and well-used shoes. His eyes scanned the room, admiring the polished vehicles. Despite his calm demeanor, the staff barely noticed him, or worse, they dismissed him entirely. Some salespeople threw him condescending glances, while others outright ignored him. Harrison approached a sleek luxury sedan and ran his hand along its pristine surface, appreciating its craftsmanship. But no one came to assist him. As the minutes ticked by, the humiliation began to sting. A younger salesman with slicked-back hair caught Harrison's eye but quickly turned away, choosing instead to attend to a well-dressed couple. Harrison waited patiently by the car he was interested in, hoping someone would approach. But instead of help, he received whispers and cold stares. His patience was wearing thin. Finally, Harrison walked to the main desk where a group of salespeople stood chatting. "Excuse me," he said politely. "I'm interested in purchasing one of your vehicles. Could someone assist me?" One of the men barely glanced at him and replied dismissively, "We're a bit busy right now. Why don't you come back later?" The others smirked, and one muttered something under his breath about time-wasting window shoppers. Harrison didn't show it, but inside, something snapped. He gave a small nod, turned, and walked out of the dealership. But as he drove away in his old car, his mind was already racing. This wasn't over. That night, Harrison made a few calls to his influential contacts. By morning, he had secured enough leverage to buy the entire dealership outright. Harrison Walker wasn't a man to be underestimated, and the staff who had humiliated him were about to learn that lesson the hard way. The next day, Harrison returned to the dealership. This time, he wasn't there as a customer. As he stepped out of his car and into the showroom, the same salespeople who had mocked him greeted him with forced smiles. They still didn't recognize him. The general manager, Tom, approached with a handshake and a fake grin. "Good morning, sir. How can we assist you today?" Harrison calmly handed him a folder. "I'm not here to buy a car," he said, his voice steady but firm. "I'm here as your new boss." Tom's smile vanished as he opened the folder and read the documents. His face turned pale, and his hands began to tremble. You bought the dealership," he stammered. A murmur spread through the room as the other staff realized what was happening. Harrison Walker, the quiet old man they had dismissed, was now in charge. Harrison turned to address the room, his voice commanding yet calm. "Yesterday, I came here looking to buy a car. Instead, I was ignored, dismissed, and humiliated because of how I looked. You all made assumptions about me without knowing who I am or what I'm capable of." The staff shifted uncomfortably, their confident smiles from the previous day now gone. Harrison's gaze landed on Tom. "You're fired," he said bluntly. "And anyone else who treated me, or any other customer, with disrespect will follow him out the door." One by one, Harrison called out names, firing those who had contributed to the toxic culture. But those who had shown kindness to others, regardless of appearance, were spared. In fact, Harrison promoted them to leadership roles, ensuring the dealership would be run with integrity and respect moving forward. By the end of the day, nearly half the staff were gone, replaced by new hires who understood the value of treating every customer with dignity. The dealership, once a symbol of arrogance and greed, quickly gained a reputation for fairness and excellent service, all because one man refused to be underestimated. As Harrison walked out of the dealership he now owned, he felt a deep sense of justice. He hadn't needed to demand respect or flaunt his power, he had earned it. His actions were a reminder to everyone that appearances can be deceiving and that true strength lies in resilience, humility, and standing up for what's right. If this story inspired you, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more powerful tales of resilience and justice. And tell us in the comments, what would you have done in Harrison's place? Let's celebrate stories that remind us to treat everyone with respect, no matter their appearance.